Very often, and most recently this morning, I am asked, what is the right way to live in a partnership? Well, my response is usually something quite casual, such as, right way, you mean now morally and religiously seen? Why? Married, of course, otherwise you are living in sin with each other, not so? Nay, comes the answer. You know what I mean. How do I live with my partner so that we have a spiritual relationship? Oops, this is a bit more challenging. Spiritual relationship. Strangely enough, immediately pictures of the 70s come to my mind. Orange clothes, incense sticks on the toilet, cereal for breakfast and soybean sprout seeds, and chanting mantras, of course, throughout the whole day. Oh, and of course, no longer orgasms. If there has to be an orgasm, then only for cosmic peace. And of course, morning, noon and evening meditation. And oh, there are still 1,000 things to me. Wow, creepy, for me at least. Well, and for my conversation partner too. If I share my pictures to him or her, so far I've never seen it that anyone would jump up crying out hallelujah and happily lives a spiritual partnership ever after. But I have already met many people who have tried such a spiritual partnership after concepts and failing. Well, the next question usually something like, yeah, sure, but should we live together monogam or polygamy or even in a polyamory commune so that we are happy, fulfilled and in freedom with each other? Well, look, if you want to be in freedom, then you need love to be, of course, free, and especially in partnership. So it's polygamy after all. I knew it. No, free love. What? Free? And exactly that is the essential question. What it really means to be free, to live freely, to love freely, to partnership freely. It means first and foremost, in any case, to move away from predefined concepts. Am I, me, myself, Dirk Liesenfeld, monogam or polygam? Neither of that. I've tried it and noticed that none of these concepts fit to me. I live Dirk-gam, and this Dirk-gamity expresses every day anew, always a bit differently. And telling this, my conversation partner would often reply, yes, but isn't that very reckless? Where is the connection in that? And that is a good question too. But what does the word connection mean? It means that something is bound by definition, and isn't that exactly the opposite of freedom? And here we are again at the final question. What is freedom? Freedom arises directly where honesty is at home, and honesty begins without any doubt in myself. Just when I'm completely honest with myself, courageously stand to my very needs, I have mastered the first step to freedom. And that already takes some nerve. The second step is equally challenging. To communicate my needs honestly and completely to the outside world, and then to stand up to it fully, with all its consequences. And this triggers quite some reactions from outside, especially at the beginning. Many people cannot bear it. You have to be prepared, if necessary, to go through life alone. Better alone than in dishonest compromises, right? Well, and that is the pitfall, why so many fail. The fear of loneliness, for example, is greater than the desire for honesty, for fulfillment and peace. And many people worry that this honesty in partnership must inevitably lead to a separation. Perhaps that is not known beforehand, but for sure the dishonesty in a relationship must certainly lead to a separation. First inside, and usually in the long run on the outside too. I'm living free, and I cannot imagine living differently. I live in a partnership. I have love affairs and friendships. I have a son to whom I give a lot of attention, time and love. Not because I have to or should, but because I love it this way and not any other way. Since I live this way, my life is fulfilled for me and the people with whom I live. Live in a way that your heart shines brightly and you lay the foundation for true happiness for all people. True selflessness results from the first step of honesty to yourself, and from this will bloom quite naturally the desire for the welfare of all living beings. You always sow in the outside what you have harvested beforehand inside yourself. With love, Dirk Liesenfeld.